Soul Garden.
Namaste, and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Orbits Edition. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Rayman Witecki, your astrologer, and I'm a soul biographer, here to help you put the pieces of your personal karmic story together. Now our heart, which is where it's all about, is now in Virgo. In fact, we're in Chapter 2 of Sun in Virgo. We'll move from taking action to step away from what we don't like in our life or reality, and by the end of the week, hopefully finding peace and harmony back with reality. Mostly this is a health or reality change, and no matter what, you can expect change to happen in your life this week. Now, emotions start off a bit turbulent in Cancer, but then move into I Love Leo for 2 days on Monday and Tuesday. It's Light Cast Day, Wednesday, Thursday, with the Moon and Sun in Virgo, and the week ends with emotions being very sensitive and tranquil in Libra. The moon signs most affected are Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Aquarius, Virgo, Pisces moons highly affected, and Libra, Aries moons also affected, particularly at the end of the week. Now, looking at orbits, man, our chakras most affected starts at the solar plexus with the moon in Cancer, but then there's a whole party going on in the heart chakra, the sun, the moon, and now Mars is in Leo, so we now have our root chakra energy mixing with our heart chakra energy. The first thing that means is bow chicka bow wow. A whole bunch of Geminis are now being conceived, I can guarantee you that. But it also means it's hard for us to separate some of our ego initiative from our heart initiative, and I'll give you some clues on that here looking at the planets. It comes from this soul pyramid in water, this grand trine. You see, Saturn has now moved to 7 degrees Scorpio, which says before you close the door on somebody or something forever, and that's how we're feeling. Even these world politics kind of reveals that. We're about to change international politics forever. You should check your guides, you should meditate, you should connect. So in each of your horoscopes up above, I'll be giving you some tips on that. Another interesting clue, though, of course, is this grand square or grand cross, which will be breaking apart this week. Thank goddess for that, due to Venus and its fast-moving path. Now, the Venus-Uranus opposition is the last little touch of the grand square, and so in essence, I think once it passes through, you kind of figure out what's fair to you, and this weekend when the moon crosses Venus, I think we're finally feeling kind of free from all that energy. But don't forget to meditate, because like I said, once again, we are mixing our root chakra, bow chicka bow, with our heart chakra, and it's hard for us to separate. All right, let's take a good bird's eye view of you by taking the ascension elevator up. And I got a little secret for you up there, so see you upstairs.
Folks, this is your captain speaking. We realize you have a choice in the astrologers you choose to fly with, and we'd just like to thank you for flying with Christopher Witecki.
Hello, my heroes, and welcome to 33,000 feet for a bird's eye view of you. And my goddess, things are really hectic right now, intense. Reality is shaking all over the ground because of the sun in Virgo, and because of so many oppositions going on in the sky. In fact, if you look at the national politics, international politics of Syria and all the countries kind of in a stalemate, that is how each soul on the earth feels inside right now, and Aries is feeling it the most, unfortunately. So I have a lot of compassion for you guys, my Rams, right now. Now, the sun in Virgo means it's time to change your health, it's time to change your connection to reality, but so much else is in part of that reality change. On the one hand, personal emotional boundaries, changing with yourself to some degree, and going spiritual this week. Your fight between your strength and your relationships finally breaking into a shift this week. And unfortunately, emotions versus career and future, also a dramatic shift. So these are all the places that Rams are feeling challenged and not feeling strong, but the universe is on your side, believe it or not. So let's start off with, as we start this week, we're moving into Chapter 2 of Sun in Virgo. This is where you move out of health consciousness and into your ability to perform. So if you're having health issues, this is out of emergency and now into long-term health planning. If you got fired in your job, this is filing for unemployment. This is moving to the next section of changing your day-by-day execution of things and changing your approach on life. This week, you'll move from step 9, which is stepping out of the old daily reality or out of the old job or out of the old work style, and by the end of the week, finding some sort of peace and harmony where your love and your mind and your body are hopefully on the same page. Now, your mind is way ahead of the game. In fact, by the end of this week, I think you'll know what you want your new lifestyle or job to be, and you'll be ready to get started with it, even though you're just now kind of stabilizing, really. Now, looking at Jupiter in Cancer, this is your emotional part of you. And for those of you who are having health issues, it is most likely your emotional responses to yourself that's making you sick or causing problems in your body. Now it is time to cut away the old karma. Let the past go. Let your childhood go, says Black Lilith at 9 degrees. Step out of that emotional melting pot. Even if you're going to get sick and you're going to be breaking down in your life, do it in the most comfortable hospital bed you've ever had. All right? You want to go into uncharted self-nurturing territory and take care of yourself on levels you've never imagined before. Go for it, says Jupiter. It will pay off. Saturn in Scorpio is a part of you that says, hey, you may not know where the line is. Ask God, universe, ask your intuition. And if you're an atheist, throw some dice, okay? Because I still believe it works. That said, be intuitive, ask your guides. Before you cut anyone out of your life, before you let anyone in, before you make any commitments, ask your guides, says Saturn in Scorpio. So last week was all about breakdown. Unfortunately, the breakdown happened Tuesday, Wednesday. Maybe bad news, maybe a health breakdown, maybe an accident, maybe violence. It was a double whammy where it hurt you emotionally and it hurt you physically, okay? Not fun. The double whammy was the breakdown Tuesday, Wednesday. You probably did not recover, probably until Friday feeling better, and Saturday was a day of kind of back on your feet. Unfortunately, the Rams really hitting it, but I hope feeling better. Now this week, it is all about getting better, feeling better. On Monday, you're going to feel really strong. Mars, your home planet, rules the day, so it's time to take action and step into or out of the life. So this is a time where you can maybe get out of the bed if you've been sick and you've been manifesting dis-ease. This is also where you get out of the job, out of the situation. The moon is in Cancer, so you're feeling supported hopefully by your family or by your own self. On Monday and Tuesday, the moon moves into Leo. This is the inner child. So I hope that Aries are feeling happy and joyful, loving and trusting that your life will change. Tuesday, hopefully, if you can keep that love vibration, you'll be seeing some healing coming in on Tuesday for whatever it is you were facing last week. So immediate results already if you do the soul work. On Wednesday, the golden star means that Jupiter rules the day, and you can have a quantum shift in your perception. Now, in your case, this may be reality completely changing. You may wake up to a completely different reality than you went to sleep with the night before, or you may try something completely off the cuff. If you are dealing with a health issue, this might be the day where you go ahead and drink the Kool-Aid and try the alternative, quote-unquote, treatment. Jump into it. Open your heart. Try your best. When you go to sleep on Wednesday, the new moon will happen overnight if you live in the United States, in Europe and Asia before you wake up. Either way, this is pretty much a subconscious new moon, which means our subconscious is almost more important than our conscious thoughts. So we want to be very clear going to sleep Wednesday, in your case clear, on what you want your new life to be and your new relationship to your body. Now Thursday is the Uranus ruled day, and if the world is caught up in conflict, it might pop Wednesday, Thursday. So there might be a Syria issue that comes up. This is going to be a breakthrough day. It's also light cast day. The moon has made your life extremely hyper aware and extremely intense over this period. And you might have maybe one step of a falling back on Thursday. Even though so optimistic Wednesday, Thursday might be step back, feeling like it didn't break through or that it didn't go the way you wanted, a disappointment. And it might be a second wave of bad news from the last week. But don't worry, that's the whole thing. Self-nurture. Go into that self-nurturing. By Friday, some good information coming or some good news, or at least clarity and understanding. You can stop guessing anymore about what you're dealing with. So Friday, there is a peace of mind, I do believe, for the Rams. Now, on Saturday, it is sunny and sentimental. Venus will rule the day. I think you're going to want to be with your others, your loved others. One thing is Love Fest Day is within one day, and the hang-up between your ego and strength and your marriage and partnerships, that will probably ease up as of Saturday. So that grand square, that grand cross that I said in the opening, most likely breaks apart and frees as you're very liberated on Saturday, and there's peace returned. Just stay in your higher self again before you draw any boundaries or open up to anything. Even though you're feeling good, don't open up again until you ask your higher self. Now, for those who've been watching me for a while, I've got some really good news. You're going to be happy. The Act 3 orbit reports will be available for immediate download on Wednesday, and now they're available on MP3 for audio if you want to hear me at the gym, or they're available in video, both Android and iPhone ready. And this is where I arc out the next 3 months. By the way, Halloween is the killer weekend as far as the planets. Be very careful. Gosh, I hope I don't mean killer in a bad way, but it does look pretty treacherous. All those are available for just $9.99 at soulmart.me. Now, if you want to get one-on-one, how about Jumpstart the Heart? This is where I, in 90 minutes, will help you step into your heart. Everyone leaves this digital classroom with a big smile on their face, and these are all products available at soulmart.me. This keeps me on the air, and I do appreciate it. So, Rams, before we go, I just want to leave you with one last little hint. And that is that one thing about being an Aries is you live in this reality of where you don't believe it until you see it. But when you really hate life and you want reality to change, you're going to have to just suspend belief for about 5 minutes, okay? So I recommend that you let go of the ego, you let go of your attachment to who you've been, and just jump and see what happens. You might be pleasantly surprised. And I promise not to say I told you so. That's an Aries thing. All right, that's all I have for the next 7 days. I'll see you. Namaste and live, love, be.
Guys, someone left my freaking watch in here. It's behind the set under the O.